बाहर मेरा
Good morning to everyone. Welcome to the class after 2 days break, isn't it? So I hope you all are relaxed now because your copies are submitted. But the copies which we are correcting, in many of the copies, many of the students have not completed all the work. Though it was informed to you that whatever work is given in each chapter, in each subject, kindly finish it in the copy and then submit your copy. But still, many of you did not do the work in proper way. And some of the students, I think that they have completed all their work in one day. Though the work was given every time whenever the content was discussed in the class, either on the very same day or maybe 1 or 2 days later, the PDFs were uploaded. But still I find many of you not completed the work in proper way in biology and chemistry. And in biology and chemistry, I have given some extra questions. So 3 differentiate between was given in chemistry and 2 differentiate between was given in biology. Isn't it? That 2 differentiate between which is given in biology, I think that is given in the chapter exercise. That is not something extra. Some of the students, what they have done, they have written the extra question of the differentiate between that was given for chemistry that they have written in biology. Teacher is one teaching chemistry and biology. That doesn't mean that you will write both the content in the same copy. Okay, so I have just pointed it in the copy. Those who have not done the work in proper way, kindly just see that and complete your work in proper way. Okay, because that will only help you to learn. And many of you are doing spelling mistakes. Still there is spelling mistake. I can understand when you are copying it from the board, there is difficulty in understanding the letters. But when the letters are printed in the printed form, then what is the difficulty? They're just seeing, you're watching the, you are seeing the video, that the PDF that is uploaded by the teachers, that is in the print form, print letters form, and from that you are copying all the answers. Then too, if you make mistake, that means you're not attentive. Am I audible to everyone? Thank you, Smriti. So let's begin with the revision part. We'll first do the revision for the third chapter only. Today we have chemistry class. So we'll start with the revision of third chapter only, because just now we have completed that chapter. So it will be better if we'll start with the revision of this chapter itself. So let's begin with the revision part. In the chapter number 3, elements, compounds and mixtures, you have learned about elements in detail. You have also learned about compounds and mixtures. Okay, so you have learned that matter, it exists in 3 states. What are the 3 states? Yes, Swarit. What are the 3 states?
I'm solid, liquid, and gas.
Very good. It is, please mute yourself, Swarit. So it is solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. The 3 forms of a substance. Some examples which we see around us. The very common example, if I take of water, that is the most common example. Ice is the solid form of water. Water is the liquid form of water, and water vapor is the gaseous form of water. Okay. Now, in this chapter, you have also learned that everything in this world is finally made up of different kinds of substances which are put together. Okay, and these substances, different substances which are put together to make something new, is made up of simple substances, and these simple substances are only called as elements. What are they called? They are called as elements. Okay, and elements also, they contain atoms which are in different number for different elements. Okay, everything that we come across, or everything that is around us, is ultimately made up of pure substances, and that pure substance can be an element or a compound. Okay, and sometimes it can be mixture as well. Okay, so a mixture, it can be mixture of elements and compounds, it can be mixture of elements and elements, it can be mixture of elements with compounds and different other substances put together. Okay, so first of all, let's revise about elements. What are elements? Elements are the substances which cannot be split, or which cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical means. For example, some common examples of the elements, just open your book, page number 25. The common examples of the elements, you can mark it: hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, magnesium, iron, aluminum, copper, silver, and gold. These are some common examples of the elements. And if we see these elements, they cannot split into simpler substances by applying any chemical means. Okay, and we have also discussed that there are around 118 elements which are known till now. Okay, in your book it is mentioned 115. Please make the correction over there. It is 118. Then we have discussed that elements are broadly classified into 2 groups. Which are those 2 groups? Aditi Chaudhary. Yes, Aditi. Don't hide yourself as soon as a question is asked to you. Arohi,
Miss, metals and non-metals.
very good. The elements are broadly classified as metals and non-metals. Okay, then while discussing about the metals and the non-metals, we have discussed some of the characteristics of the metals and the non-metals. So let's begin with the characteristics of metals. Metals, as you know, they are lustrous in nature. Lustrous in nature means they have shining property. Okay, and this shining property of metals is called as metallic luster. What it is called? It is called as metallic luster, and this property is possessed only by the metals, not by the non-metals. There are exceptions in case of non-metals. Then the metals, they are generally found in solid states. Almost all the metals, they are found in solid state except mercury. Okay, mercury is the mercury is the metal which is found in liquid state. Okay, and due to this reason that they are hard solids, another property acts on to the metals. And what is that property? The metals are malleable in nature. Malleable in nature means they can be beaten into sheets. And another property also acts on to it, and that is if they are ductile in nature. Ductile in nature means they can be drawn into wires. That means with the metals, the wires can be made. With the metals, the sheets also can be made. Okay, so that is another property of metals. Then metals, when they are struck to a hard surface, when we beat any metal, or if with a hammer or something else, if any metal is beaten or it is just struck, what happens? It produces a particular sound, and that particular sound is called as, very good, thank you Pragya, it's metallic sound, or we also call it, yes, thank you Smriti, it's metallic clink. Okay, so the metals, they produce a particular sound when they are struck with a hard substance, and this particular sound is called as metallic sound or metallic clink. Then we have discussed that metals, they are good conductors of heat, and I gave the example of the utensils which are used in the kitchen. Okay, and what was the example given? That if something is put into a pan, maybe water, and it is put on the gas stove and the gas is put on, what happens? When heat passes through this utensil and it reaches to water, water starts boiling. That shows the metal is allowing the heat to pass through it and reach to the substance which is contained in the container. Okay, so this shows that metals are good conductors of heat. Then we have also discussed that metals are good conductors of electricity, and for this I gave the example of the fan or light which we use in our rooms. Right now, if you see around, if you see just on the roof, you can see there is a fan. Okay, some places, so ACs are put on, some are using cooler. So different things are there in the house which we are using, where electricity is used. Now, when does it start working? Is it that the fan or the cooler or the AC or the TV, anything that we are having in our rooms, it is working on its own? No, unless and until we switch it on, it will not start working. Now, when we switch it on, what happens? The wire which is connected from the switch to the appliance which is to work, what is passing on? The electric current is passing through the wire which is attaching it. Okay, and in that wire, what is present? Metal is present. Okay, if you uninsulate wire, you will find that inside it there are thin wires. Just suppose this is a wire, and if this one portion is uninsulated, you will find there are many thin wires present inside, and it is coiled together. If you will uncoil, then you can see how thin it is. Okay, and that is made up of metal. Okay, so the metals, they conduct electricity, they pass on electric current. Okay, so this is another property of metals, that they are good conductors of electricity as well. Okay, some common examples are given on page number 26. You can just mark it on page number 26. The very first line: magnesium, aluminium, iron, tin, copper, silver, and gold. These are some common examples of metals. Yes, Celestine, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, in my home AC is there, in that one pipe is there, in that copper wire is there, very thin.
That is metal, metallic wire. Okay. Yes, Swarit.
Ma'am, what happened that the mercury get inside our body?
Mercury is poisonous in nature. If it will move into our body and if it reaches to your bloodstream, it will hamper the path of all what passes on through the blood, and a person may die.
Thank you.
Anshika Rai.
Miss, nothing.
Nothing. Then why did you raise your hand? Like that only. Okay. Pragya Singh.
Ma'am, I have raised hand for answering.
Okay. Thank you. Which answer you wanted to give?
Miss, Miss, elements are of two types starting.
Okay. Okay. Elements are of two types. What are they?
Metals and non-metals.
Very good. Thank you. Then Vidya Sahai.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, in non-metals, here it is written that they do not allow heat or electric current to pass through them except graphite, which allows electric current to pass through it. So, ma'am, why it is
Graphite,
allowing?
except graphite.
Yes, ma'am. So, why it is only allowing graphite and
Because
other?
graphite has certain characteristics like of metals. That's why it's able to conduct electricity. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, for this, I'll tell you one activity also. When I'll explain the metals, the non-metals, I'll move on to that. The last question for this part, which I have explained, is Pranjal. Pranjal, unmute yourself. Yes. Not, his voice is not coming. Okay. I'll give you a chance, Par. Don't make faces. I don't like all these emojis and all. Please don't make it. I'll give you a chance. Let me finish up with the non-metal part. Okay. Because there are so many hands raised. So if I'll cover for one topic, if I'll just keep asking questions from you, it will not be okay. It will take too much of time. Okay. And we have that 45 minutes only. Okay. So you keep your question. Just let me finish with the non-metals characteristic revision part for that. And then I'll come to you. All right. Okay, so that was all about the metals. Now moving on to non-metals. Non-metals are almost the opposite of the metals. Okay, Anmol Pandey, please sit and be in the class. Okay, you can relax after half an hour. Okay, still you are relaxing. Be straight. I think in the school you are sitting on the chair where you have to sit straight, isn't it? So be like that. Okay, so the non-metals, they are fewer in number than compared to the metals, and they have following properties. The properties are, the non-metals, they are dull looking. They are not like metals. They do not shine. They do not have luster. Okay, but there are exceptions. The exception is graphite, iodine. These are some of the examples of the non-metals which are not dull looking. Rather, they are having luster in them. Luster in them means they have shining property. Anmol, you are still like that. Then the non-metals, they are brittle in the solid state. Brittle means they are not very hard. If they are hammered or they are beaten, they will crush into powder form. And I think I gave the example of chalk. This is not a single non-metal which it is made up of. It is a compound which it is combination of the metals and the non-metal which is making this chalk. But this is brittle in nature. That means if I apply pressure over it, what will happen? It will break. You see, it is breaking. Isn't it? It is converting into powder form. Like this only the non-metals are. The non-metals in solid state also they are brittle in nature. That means they break if beaten or bent. Okay. And the non-metals, they are found in all the three states. They are found in solid state also, they are found in liquid state also, and they are found in gaseous state also. For metals you have learned, they are found in, generally found in solid state. Exception is bromine. That is, exception is mercury, which is found in liquid state. But when we talk about the non-metals, they are found in solid state also. Examples are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. It is found in liquid state also. Example is bromine. And it is also found, maximum are found in gaseous state. And the examples are oxygen, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, argon. All these are the examples of, not argon, actually. Argon is a noble gas. Parth, keep your mobile in proper way. You're visible inverted in the camera. Yes, thank you. So these are a few examples of the non-metals, and the non-metals, they are brittle in nature, even if they are found in solid state. Okay. Then the non-metals, they do not allow heat as well as electric current to pass through them. Okay. That means we cannot heat it. We cannot, means it will not allow the heat to pass through it, and also it will not allow the electric current to pass through it. But there is an exception, and the exception is graphite. Graphite is the exception in case of non-metals, which allows the passage of electric current. Okay. For this, there is a small activity which can be performed. You can take two batteries, the cells which we put in the remotes. It's available, no? Duracell, Everyday, like that. So Nippo is also there. So if you take, just to take two batteries, a small bulb, this activity most of the times you do on your own also, and take pencil. Pencil lead has the content of graphite present in it. If the amount of graphite is proper in a pencil, it will write proper way. It will be sharp enough while writing. Okay, it will give a good dark color. If it is, yes, Swarit, what happens? You wanted to say something?
No, ma'am.
You were speaking something.
I speak to my mother.
You have performed this activity.
No, ma'am.
Just mute yourself. So you can just take a pencil, and you need a small wire also. Now what is to be done? The cell has 2 points, one positive end and one negative end. So one end of the wire you have to attach to the positive end, and the other end of the wire, it is to be attached on the other side. Okay, and there the other side you have to put a small bulb, and that is to be attached to the pencil lead. So that means you have to sharpen the pencil from both the sides, so that you can see that it is allowing the passage of current to pass through it or not. Okay, you will not get electric shock because that is a small cell, very slight charge is there, so it will pass very less of the current, but it will help glowing it. Okay, so that's a small activity, you can try it. And if you don't have the things available with you at home, don't try. Don't ask your parents to go and buy it from the market. All right? Okay, Celestine? Please do not ask your parents to get it from the market. Miss has told an activity to do and you have to do it at home. If you have the things available at home, you can try it. Okay, otherwise you can search on YouTube and you will find that the pencil lead, when it is sharpened from both the sides, it allows the passage of electric current, passage of the current through it, because the lead of the pencil is made up of graphite. Okay, so this activity is just to prove that graphite, which is a non-metal, it allows the current to pass through it. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the non-metals. Now coming to the question part.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, in elements, that is given element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances. Ma'am, why it cannot be split into simpler substances?
Because it is made up of simplest substances. That's why you cannot split. Which are the simplest substance it is made up of? It is made up of atoms of the same kind. So if we will try to split it, it will split into what? अगर वो सिर्फ एक काइंड के पार्टिकल से बना है, तो अगर हम उसको ब्रेक कर भी रहे हैं तो वो किस में स्प्लिट होगा? क्योंकि इट इज itself made up of very simple thing. For example, I gave the example of gold while explaining the chapter. I gave the example of gold. I took a gold, just imagine that this is a gold bar. This is broken down into smaller pieces. Okay, and we keep on dividing this gold bar into much more smaller particles. इसके छोटे छोटे टुकड़े किए गए. The smallest particle which we will get from this gold bar, that too will be gold only. It will not become silver. It will remain gold only. Why it is gold only? Because this complete bar of gold it is made up of what? Same kind of particles. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
If we take water, if we pass electric current through water, it will break into hydrogen and oxygen. Why it will break into hydrogen and oxygen? Why it will split into hydrogen and oxygen? Because it is made up of two kinds of particles. Which are those two particles? Hydrogen and oxygen. This is why it is able to divide into, it is able to split into hydrogen and oxygen. But in this case, when it is made up of one kind of particle only, then how can we split it into two different kinds of particles? The sense is elements को हम छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में तो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन एक एलिमेंट को दो एलिमेंट नहीं बना सकते हैं. That is the meaning of split over here.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I understood that you are confused, that we'll not be able to break down any element. We can break it down, but we cannot break it as a two element because it is made up of same kind of particle, same kind of atom.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Ma'am, one more question.
Yes.
Ma'am, one second. I'm sure. Miss, which chemicals are these?
Not visible to me in proper way. How can I tell you? You've got it from the market?
No, ma'am. I've had that science kit I have.
Okay, in the science kit you have got. From which site you have got it?
Miss, my mother has brought this. I don't.
You don't know. So it must be written over that. What is it?
Okay, ma'am. I will see.
Because I don't think it's not clearly visible to me. Something to one packet is visible to me on that. Something with brown is labeled. One small bottle is there. I think that is of phenolphthalein. Just check it. It is phenolphthalein or not, or something else. That small bottle like dropper type.
Yes, ma'am. I've got that. This one is vinegar.
Okay. So there are small activities which I keep on telling time to time. So with these things which you have available with you at home, in some of the items are available in the kitchen as well, like turmeric is there. You can do certain activities to check out what are the color changes. Maybe you will not be able to understand what is the new substance formed, but definitely you can see the color change. For example, if you take a pinch of turmeric, okay, a pinch of turmeric in 1 spoon of water, that complete water will become yellow. Okay, because turmeric is yellow in color. Okay, now take 1 drop of vinegar and put into that yellow color liquid. You will find a color change. Okay, you can take a small portion of toothpaste, add it in water, it will dissolve in it. That will become maybe white or whichever color toothpaste you are using. Then add a drop of vinegar in that. These are small activities which I'll keep on telling time to time. Well, now I am telling you because he has given me shown me that vinegar. Okay, so certain things, they are available at home itself, and you can perform those. You can just do those activities because you have time at home right now. You're not coming to school, and you are 24/7 at home. So I don't think that you keep on sleeping throughout the day. Till 1 o'clock, you are busy with the classes. Then you are busy with your writing work. Some of you are not doing that work after several reminders also. But there are many those who are doing it. So in your extra time, which you keep for playing or watching cartoons, so I'll suggest that instead of watching cartoons on the mobile, because already you are exposed to mobile for long hour, so it's better do not watch cartoons and different videos on the YouTube and other TV shows or something like that. Instead, you can do certain activities. Okay. So let's move on. Few more questions. Anubhuti Shukla.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Miss, when you are telling the experiment, I can't listen that.
Experiment.
Miss, when you are telling about the experiment of pencil one.
Pencil one, you can just have a cell battery. To that, you can attach a small bulb, okay, and a pencil lead. Okay, so you can sharpen the pencil from both the sides, and you can attach that. You will find that current will pass through it. You have to attach the thing in the correct way. Okay, so that small activity can be done at home. Harsh Srivastav.
Ma'am, is that in AC what is present that we get cold air?
Compressor. Okay, there's a liquid filled in that, there's a gas filled in it, which is helping to cool it down, which is acting as a coolant. Okay. Pragya Singh, you've already got chance, no? Let others also ask. Pragyandeep.
And I want to ask that if we destroy an atom, then an explosion will there.
You cannot destroy an atom. An atom can neither be destroyed nor can be made. It's present on its own. Smriti has also got chance. No. Okay, Smriti. Please raise your hand again. By mistake, I have done it. Lower your hand. Till then, Siddhant Prakash. Smriti, you can just raise it again. Yes, Siddhant.
This we have to do like this.
Yes. Yes. You have to make an attachment like this, and you can just to take the pencil, sharpen it from both the sides. Then you have to sharpen it from both the sides. One side you will be putting the bulb, and one side you will be attaching it to the this cell battery. Okay, then it will show the passage of electric current, passage of current. Okay, don't take high power battery.
No, it is Panasonic.
So Siddhant, it was your birthday or what?
Day after yesterday, my birthday is there.
Day before yesterday or day after tomorrow? You're not audible.
Miss, yesterday is my birthday.
Yesterday means bita hua kal. Belated happy birthday. So everybody can wish Siddhant.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you.
Okay,
Happy
now it's
birthday
time
to
now.
you. Happy birthday.
Okay, so it's a big thank you from everybody's side, from everyone, from Siddhant's side to everyone. Okay, for wishing him birthday wishes. All right. Then the next one, Shivansh Singh.
Ma'am, I can tell what the part is showing.
In which case?
Yes, ma'am.
Which part? Which what you want to tell? What Siddhant was showing about that?
No, ma'am. Part is showing some chemicals. Ma'am,
Okay,
I
part
can
was
tell.
showing some chemicals. You want to tell about that because you also have got the same kit. Okay, which are the substances which he was showing?
Ma'am, one is baking soda.
Yes.
And ma'am, you can show one more time.
Parth, where are you? Yes, Parth. Just to show that chemicals, Shivansh will tell what all things are there. Yes. Tell Shivansh. Okay, leave it. Few things were there, few things you have told. Baking soda is there. Parth told that vinegar is also there, and many more substances like this are available in that pack for doing small activities which are not harming you, which will never harm you. Okay, that is just to check the facts which you study in chemistry that are true or not. That is true or not. Okay. Anshika Rai.
Miss, that you have said in toothpaste we can put in water that it will, the color will come. Miss, I have seen in YouTube that in Fanta and putting the toothpaste and changing the colors, when green, yellow, pink.
Yes, because in Fanta there is carbon dioxide which is compressed and it is added to it. That's why when the Fanta bottle or any cold drink bottle, when you are opening it, it is producing a particular sound, hissing sound, isn't it?
Yes.
And if you just shake the bottle and then open it, what happens? The liquid gushes out.
Yes.
Isn't it? So that is just because of the carbon dioxide gas which is spilled into that bottle under compression. Okay. Now, let me tell you that this carbon dioxide, when it comes in contact with water, it forms an acid, carbonic acid. That is why when we add or when we put toothpaste into it changes color. It shows the change in the color. Okay, so these are the small reactions which are taking place when we mix different substances together. Okay. Yes, Vidya Sahai, what happened, ma'am?
The activity which you told that and bulb and pencil one, ma'am, in that how we will be joining all the threes together?
Just to see, Prateek Chaudhary is doing that activity right now and he is showing that the bulb is glowing. That shows that the graphite which is present in the pencil lead is allowing the passage of electric current. Just to see, the bulb is glowing. Can everybody see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you have these things at home, you can try it at home today itself. Okay, otherwise you have seen it right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Prateek has already done it for you. Thank you, Prateek. Clap for Prateek. Okay. So now let me again come back to the revision part, the next topic. We have also discussed that elements are represented through their symbols, isn't it? Previously, when the alchemists were working with a number of elements, when it was discovered, that time the symbols for these elements given was entirely different. And you have seen that in your book as well. In your book on page number 39, you have seen different symbols were assigned by different scientists, and Dalton also gave certain symbols. He gave some pictorial symbols for the elements, but later on these symbols which were assigned by different scientists was not accepted because it was difficult to remember about these symbols, the pictorial symbols which were given by the various scientists. So that is why J.J. Berzelius, he gave or he proposed the modern system for writing the symbols of the elements, and his assigning of the symbols was based on 3 criteria. Which were those 3 criteria? You have learned the first criteria was the first letter of their name was taken as the symbol. The second criteria was there are so many elements, there are 118 elements, so all the elements cannot begin with a different letter. Definitely there will be some elements with the same letter beginning. Okay, so the first criteria cannot be assigned for all the elements. So in these cases, what was the symbol assigned? the first letter with any other letter of their name was taken as the symbol. And for some of the elements, because their names were taken, they were derived from their Latin names. So that is why these symbols also assigned for certain elements was from their Latin name. So these were the three criteria on the basis of which J.J. Berzelius has proposed the modern system of assigning the symbols for the elements. Okay, and I hope till now you have already learned all the elements name as well as symbols, isn't it? Yes, Kritika has done that. Very good. What about others? All have done it? Yes, Celestine also has done it. Shaurya Singh. But one thing which I noticed in many of the copies, there is a question given in your book, exercise, short answer questions which you have written in the copy. Question number 2, page number 36. What are the symbols of the following elements? And another question, the same question is continued on page 37 as well. So what some of the students have done, when they have written the symbols for the elements, they have made it wrong. Some places they have written, I have told you that the first letter has to be capital. In any of the case, whether it is the first criteria, it is the second criteria or the third criteria. But always the second letter will be small letter. For example, if it is aluminium, A will be capital, L will be small. For copper, C will be capital, U will be small. But many of you have done this mistake while writing the answer in the copy. Okay, so kindly just to see the copies when it is returned back and see to it that what mistake you have done, and in exam, please do not repeat this mistake, because every time I'm just, while doing the explanation, I'm just telling you that when you are writing the symbol, the first letter has to be capital, the second letter has to be small. Okay, so with this, I end up today's session. Hope you have understood the revision part for today. In the next class, we'll meet again. God bless you all.